Let's go to extra depth from our New Mexico mobile newsroom. Back in August of last year, Customs and Border Protection placed an Aerostat balloon in Santa Teresa in efforts to keep apprehensions low, one of the busiest parts of our border. And now it's been in place for more than 10 months. So the question is it working or not? I went out to Santa Teresa and joined the CBP team to get the latest numbers and those details for you. Technology has played such an essential role in keeping apprehensions down here in our border region. And this Aerostat balloon has done just that, with keeping rescues and deaths low in the El Paso sector. You've most likely seen it on your drive, daintily hanging, tethered down by a rope in the New Mexican desert. But aside from almost camouflaging in the sky, this Aerostat balloon is putting in the work.
Fiscal year to date, we have had over 4,000 apprehensions with the Aerostat. So it's helped us tremendously. Like I said, it's more than a force multiplier. It's not only a visual deterrent or a force multiplier, but as well as a humanitarian tool to aid in the field rescues.
And by that, Border Patrol agent Nicole Galvan means keeping deaths and rescues low in the area. And if you take a look right behind me, this area, which is the Santa Teresa region, extends for about 14 miles. And Border Patrol tells me it's the busiest when it comes to human smuggling. Agent Galvan told ABC7 News in the fiscal year alone of 2024, there were more than 980 rescues. Compared to this year, the area has only seen about 327 rescues, which is significantly lower than previous years.
The terrain here is very remote. It's desert, right? So, and then the temperatures come into play too. El Paso temperatures we had the highest temperatures last year in the summer, which is as to why we had the most deaths last fiscal year.
Most recently, our borderland has seen several additions to our border security, but these Aerostat balloons are not leaving our area anytime soon. There are currently 5 Aerostat systems deployed across our nation, 4 in the south of Texas in the Rio Grande sector, and 1 deployed here in the El Paso sector. I reached out to CBP in Washington, D.C. to see if this fiscal year's budget was going to affect the surveillance balloons. The office confirmed the Trump administration is not aiming to decommission these balloons, even though the previous administration proposed to. But that proposal did not pass in Congress.
It's a tool that is used to secure our border.
And with more than 40 dust events so far in the borderland, we did ask if that slowed CBP in any way.
Yes, so the weather does permit. If we have when it's a windy day, we do take it down, but it doesn't impact us too much because we do have other tools to aid in that.
Although it's been very successful, Border Patrol tells me there are no plans at the moment to add another Aerostat balloon here in our area. Reporting in Santa Teresa, Marcel Clark, ABC7 News.
Great job, Marcel. And, obviously you spent an afternoon with Customs and Border Protection. Yeah. It's always interesting when you get ride-alongs along the border. Mm-hmm. What are some of the other interesting things that you may have seen when you were out there on that ride-along, or at least shadowing these agents?
Yeah, specifically that day, there was a lot of network media, and I think it really shined the light into how these big stories here in our border really affect the rest of our nation. So it's really important for us to go out there and get that information out there to the people. If these tools that we're spending our taxpayer money on, are they really working, helping the region out? So we got some answers on the Aerostat balloon, and we're really excited to follow up down the line.
Definitely, and I've seen it. I've driven out there towards Palomas, just down that direction. I saw it, and I've always thought this is a great story to work on, and I'm glad you finally did it. That was good. All right, good job out there.
All right.
Okay.
We're working with the prompter.
Yes.
Thank you for your patience.
All right, moving on now. Let's wrestling star Cinta de Oro is